I'm Ed Middleton. I'm Head of Field Marketing in EMEA for Bizagi. We've been a partner of UiPath for a while now, and we've just recently announced our technical integration with UiPath. That happened last week, and we're now really pushing forward with a go-to-market across EMEA and also worldwide. We've seen across our customer base a number of people are starting to use RPA, and we first started talking to UiPath towards the second half of last year. We formalised a tech partnership. Now with our integration, and we're starting to work a lot more closely with the UiPath sales teams in the UK and also in the US, we're now starting to really take our partnership forward. Bizagi is a digital process automation platform, and we've enabled the process automation projects of approximately 500 enterprises worldwide. But fundamentally, I think a lot of organizations are trying to work out what automation actually means for their business, and some have been experimenting with RPA, some have been experimenting with DPA, but also people new to the business or new to the automation space are trying to work out what the differences are between the two technologies. And there are fundamental differences, but the technologies are very complementary. What we're finding through the work that we're doing with UiPath is we're identifying a number of customers where bots have been deployed to deal with tactical automation, point solutions, and customers are now struggling to see how they can scale that within their business and how they can get real ROI from those bot deployments. And that's where digital process automation really comes to the fore. So we allow customers to take a step back and look holistically at their end-to-end process requirements. And that enables them to look at where they're looking at automation right now and making sure that they're not automating a bad process, but also that they can get the right return on investment from orchestrating bots across the enterprise. And that's what our platform enables UiPath customers to do. So a lot of the organizations that we work with have made significant investments in IT over the last 20, 30 years. So they've probably put millions of dollars worth of investment into ERP systems, core banking systems, and now they are trying to adapt to changing market conditions, new competitors coming into the market who may not be encumbered by the same sort of legacy IT that they're working with right now. So what our technology allows them to do is provide an agile wrapper around those solutions that can pull data from those core systems, because that data is what runs the businesses for those companies. So they don't want to get rid of that, but they need to use it in a more agile way. And that's what Bizagi allows them to do by taking that information and then building new agile processes that can address changing ways in which they're going to market, new products, or new processes that allow them to be more competitive in their space. And robotics is another way that customers can look at doing that as well. And by using RPA and DPA together, you can integrate the need to address those mundane, repetitive tasks with RPA, but link that in an end-to-end process story. I mean, we work with a number of organizations, I think more specifically in the financial services and manufacturing space, which is where we tend to play most. And we've had some great successes with our customers looking at a number of areas that they're looking to transform their business digitally. They tend to fall into three main categories: to deliver customer experience, to digitize operations, or to address requirements in governance, risk and compliance. On the customer experiences side, one of our key customers is Old Mutual, and they've been working with us for a long time. Their mandate for digital transformation really was to try and put the customer first, and they identified that they had a number of products that they were trying to offer to customers, but they weren't doing that in a cohesive way, and they weren't providing their customers with a way in which they can engage with them through whatever channel it was in a consistent way. So they spoke to Bizagi. We started to work with them on looking at providing a 360-degree view of their customer. And now, through working with us over a number of years, they are now automating something in the region of 70 million processes per month, all focused around customer delivery, and it's improved their NPS score by 15%. So their onboarding process now for customers is much quicker than it was. I think by a factor of 10 they've managed to reduce the time, so they've seen real benefit from that transformation. I think a lot of our customers are still really starting their journey with RPA. I think some people are a little bit further down the line and have been using the technology for a while, but we are still finding that there is definitely an education that needs to take place in the market. And I think because robotics is such a hot topic right now, a lot of people are looking at RPA and maybe thinking that that can solve all of their automation problems. And I think where customers have deployed RPA in those instances, the projects haven't been as successful as they could have been. So, and this is another area in which we're looking to work with UiPath to identify those customers and see whether by talking about what they need from an end-to-end process perspective, either at a department level or at an enterprise level, there are things that we can do to really help those customers achieve the return on investment that they were hoping for from those initial deployments. So I think at Bizagi, we've been in the digital process automation space for a number of years now. And we fully appreciate that our technology can't solve all of the automation problems of all of our customers or our prospective customers. And we also know that a number of organizations are looking to automate those mundane, repetitive tasks and free the people up who are doing those tasks to do higher value things within their organization. So it would be remiss of us really not to have an integration between our technologies so that we can incorporate that need to put bots in to replace the humans in those tasks, but also orchestrate that in an end-to-end process layer. I mean, what's unique about the way in which we're working with UiPath is that our go-to-market is very well aligned. We have a freemium model in the same way that UiPath does, and that enables us to be a lot more agile and reactive to the way in which we work with our customers. We also provide a number of online facilities to get customers up to speed very quickly, so as UiPath does as well, so online training and things like that. And our licensing model as well. Our software is priced on a usage-based model. So the fact that your license model is based on a per bot basis, that works very, very well. And it's very complementary to the way in which we go to market. I really do feel like we're on the cusp of something quite fantastic as far as the automation first space is concerned. And there's a lot of things that I think are unique to this time in the market. I've been working in the technology market for about 20 years now. And I don't think I've ever seen so much of a convergence of companies, some who may be competitive or cooperative, but maybe never worked together before, really being open about the way in which they can address specific automation requirements for customers and looking at ways to build ecosystems of partnerships to go and address those customer requirements together. That's something that I've never seen before, and I think when you look at the growth of a company like UiPath and how quickly that's being adopted, the RPA space is being adopted by enterprises across the globe, it's a movement that I think is only going to go one way, and that's up.